Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of the new movie, Rampage. Rampage stars Dwayne Johnson, that Dwayne Johnson, Naomi Harris, Malin Ackerman, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, or as I like to call him, Negan. We'll get on that in a second. In this film, Dwayne Johnson's character works at an animal sanctuary where he's able to help animals and help them develop and communicate them and rescue them. And he has a bit of a relationship with this one animal, this one gorilla named George. And he's learned to sign with George and communicate with George. And they've got this nice bond. Of course, you learn very early on in the film that Dwayne Johnson's character would rather deal with animals than humans. Fair enough. So as the movie goes on, we realize that there's this company that's basically testing out these different chemicals and what have you. And unfortunately, the chemicals come into the atmosphere and George inhales it. Well, what happens when George inhales it is he becomes this like extreme super gorilla, and the next thing you know, he's out of control. But it wasn't just George that inhaled this. We also have a crocodile that inhaled it. And we also have a wolf that inhaled it. And now they're supersized and they're super crazy. Now, if this sounds a little silly, you should know that this movie is based on a video game of the same name. And it was kind of fun going to the movie with somebody who actually played the video game, so he's kind of able to, break some things down for me. This movie sounds silly because it is silly, but it's a fun silly. This is a fun popcorn movie. This is a turn off the brain, forget about the 9 to 5, go and see Dwayne Johnson do what he does best, which is electrify on the big screen. Now, I mentioned Jeffrey Dean Morgan, aka Negan. I like The Walking Dead. And just at the point when I was thinking, okay, I didn't like The Walking Dead as much, Jeffrey Dean Morgan appears as his character Negan. And if you like Negan, you're going to love Jeffrey Dean Morgan in Rampage because he's the same guy. He talks the same, he's got the same mannerisms, he does a lot of the things that Negan does. And it's interesting because if you look at other Jeffrey Dean Morgan roles like Grey's Anatomy or P.S. I Love You, he wasn't Negan then. He's definitely Negan now. So if you like him as Negan, you will like him in Rampage. This is a silly film, but it's entertaining. It was one of those movies, like I said, big box office type film, big budget, lots of explosions, cities, under peril, and then of course, Dwayne Johnson has to come in and try to save the day. So if you're okay with a big budget, over-the-top film, you will like this movie. Is it his best film? Probably not. Certainly not going to be his worst. And I give this movie a B-. I enjoyed Rampage for what it was. And I think if we, don't take ourselves too seriously and we go and see this film, we'll like it. And I can tell you from somebody who played the video game, he really liked it. So that is Rampage. If you have the chance to see it, let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.